Government freebies are goods and services that are given to households for free or at a subsidized rate by the government. They are often announced by political parties in the form of government schemes or manifestos to influence voters in elections. Government freebies cover a wide range of items, such as bicycles, laptops, smartphones, TV sets, waivers on water and electricity bills, transportation, etc. The main reason why governments offer freebies is to provide social welfare and reduce poverty. By giving free or cheap goods and services to low-income families, the government aims to improve their living standards and access to education, health care, and employment opportunities. For example, free bicycles can help students travel to school, free laptops can enhance their learning skills, and free electricity can reduce their household expenses. Another reason why governments offer freebies is to stimulate the economy and create demand. By giving money or vouchers to households, the government hopes to boost consumer spending and generate economic activity. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many governments around the world issued stimulus checks or cash transfers to help people cope with the financial impact of the crisis. However, government freebies also have some drawbacks and challenges. One of them is the fiscal cost and sustainability of these programs. Giving away free or subsidized goods and services can increase the government's expenditure and debt, which may affect its ability to fund other public services or invest in infrastructure and development. Moreover, some freebies may not be well targeted or efficient, meaning that they may not reach the intended beneficiaries or may create wastage or corruption. Another drawback of government freebies is the possible negative impact on the behavior and incentives of households. Some critics argue that giving free or cheap goods and services may reduce the motivation and responsibility of people to work hard and earn their own income. They may also create a culture of dependency and entitlement among the recipients, who may expect more handouts from the government in the future. Government freebies are not a new phenomenon. They have been used by many countries around the world for various purposes and with different outcomes. For example, in India, some states have implemented schemes such as free rice, laptops, bicycles, gold coins, etc. to win votes and support from different sections of society. In China, the government has distributed vouchers and coupons to encourage consumption and revive the economy after the pandemic. In Finland, the government has experimented with a universal basic income scheme that gives a monthly payment to a random sample of citizens regardless of their income or employment status. Government freebies are a controversial and complex topic that involves trade-offs and choices. They can have positive effects on social welfare and economic growth, but they can also have negative effects on fiscal sustainability and individual incentives. Therefore, it is important to evaluate the costs and benefits of each program and design them carefully to achieve the desired goals. In this section, we will discuss how the value of government freebies is computed for the first time by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation (MOSPI) in India, and what are the challenges and benefits of this exercise. Government freebies are goods and services that are provided by the government to the people at no cost or at a subsidized rate. Examples of government freebies include free food grains, free electricity, free laptops, free bicycles, etc. These freebies are meant to improve the welfare of the people and reduce poverty. However, measuring the value of these freebies is not an easy task. Until now, India has never attempted to calculate the imputed value of these freebies in its national account statistics. The imputed value is an estimate of how much these freebies would cost if they were purchased in the market. The MOSPI has decided to take up this challenge and include the imputed value of government freebies in its Consumer Expenditure Surveys (CES) and National Account Statistics (NAS). The CES collects data on the consumption patterns of households across the country, while the NAS provides estimates of key macroeconomic aggregates such as GDP, GVA, savings, investment, etc. The MOSPI is planning to use a state-wise approach to compute the imputed value of government freebies, as different states have different schemes and policies. The MOSPI will also consult with experts and stakeholders to decide on the best methodology and data sources for this exercise. The inclusion of the imputed value of government freebies in the national account statistics will have several benefits. It will help in assessing the impact of these freebies on household consumption and poverty levels. It will also help in improving the accuracy and comparability of India's national account statistics with other countries. It will also provide useful information for policy making and evaluation. However, there are also some challenges and limitations involved in this exercise. One challenge is to ensure consistency and reliability of data across different sources and time periods. Another challenge is to avoid double counting or underestimating the value of freebies. A third challenge is to deal with the quality and availability issues of some freebies. For example, how to measure the value of free electricity if there are frequent power cuts or voltage fluctuations. These are some of the issues that the MOSPI will have to address while computing the value of government freebies for the first time in India. This is a complex and novel exercise that will require careful planning and execution. However, it is also a worthwhile and important exercise that will enhance our understanding of India's economy and society. One of the challenges of evaluating the costs and benefits of policies that have long-term effects, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, is how to compare present and future values. This is where discount rates come in. A discount rate is a percentage that reflects how much people prefer to receive a benefit today rather than in the future. The higher the discount rate, the lower the present value of a future benefit. The Office of Management and Budget, OMB, is the agency that oversees the preparation of the federal budget and provides guidance for conducting benefit-cost analysis of federal regulations. For nearly 20 years, OMB has advised federal agencies to use two discount rates in policy analyses, 7% and 3%. The 7% rate is based on the average pre-tax rate of return on private investments, while the 3% rate is based on the average after-tax rate of return on long-term government bonds. Why use two rates? Because different policies may affect different types of benefits and costs. For example, a policy that affects private consumption, such as a tax credit for energy-efficient appliances, should use the 3% rate, which reflects how people trade off current and future consumption. A policy that affects private investment, such as a regulation that increases the cost of capital for businesses, should use the 7% rate, which reflects how businesses trade off current and future profits. But what about policies that affect public goods, such as emissions reductions? These are benefits that are not directly consumed or invested by individuals or businesses, but rather have social and environmental impacts that span generations. For these types of benefits, OMB suggests using both rates and reporting the results separately. This allows decision-makers to see how sensitive the results are to different assumptions about how society values future benefits. However, some experts argue that using a 7% or even a 3% discount rate for public goods is too high and undervalues the benefits of policies that protect future generations from climate change and other risks. They propose using lower discount rates that decline over time, reflecting the uncertainty and ethical considerations involved in projecting long-term social preferences. For example, the Interagency Working Group on Social Cost of Greenhouse Gases, which estimates the monetary value of reducing 1 ton of carbon dioxide emissions in a given year, uses 4 discount rates, 5%, 3%, 2.5%, and a declining rate that averages 3%. The choice of discount rate can have a significant effect on the valuation of future benefits such as emissions reductions. For example, using a 5% discount rate, the social cost of carbon dioxide emissions in 2020 was estimated at $14 per ton, using a 3% rate, it was $51 per ton, using a 2.5% rate, it was $76 per ton, and using a declining rate, it was $125 per ton. These estimates imply that using a lower discount rate would justify more ambitious and costly policies to reduce emissions today, while using a higher discount rate would favor less stringent and cheaper policies. In conclusion, Discount rates are an important tool for comparing the costs and benefits of policies over time, but they also involve assumptions and judgments that can affect the outcome of the analysis. The OMB provides guidance for choosing appropriate discount rates for different types of policies, but there is no consensus on what discount rate should be used for public goods such as emissions reductions. Therefore, it is important to report and compare the results using different discount rates and to be transparent about the implications of these choices.